It's been 7 years, traveling to 195 capitals, so it was like my life. You know, so many things happened. I'm a photojournalist, and I used to work for newspapers and magazines back home in Holland. But I also traveled a lot, for myself, but also for assignments. I thought maybe it's a good idea to try to photograph humanity in a more positive, more optimistic way. That's basically how I got the idea for Streets of the World. When I started the project, I started using the first 5D, and it changed to a Mark II and a Mark III and a Mark IV during the whole project. So this whole project is a Canon 5D project, and I love the camera because obviously the quality is amazing, but also for me because I had to go to a lot of countries where it's difficult to get into as a journalist. Funny thing about the 5D is that it's actually quite small compared to the 1D, right? So if you travel with a 1D, they know like, okay, this guy's a professional, you know, and with a 5D you kind of get away, you know, with like being like a very enthusiastic amateur. I was only using one lens because I was only doing one thing. I only had my 16-35 and one body, you know, so I could actually come across as an amateur but really have very professional stuff. So that's why for me 5D was perfect. I think selecting Dubai as the starting point for this exposition is a perfect choice because Dubai is really in the center of the world, I think, right now. You know, like smack in the middle of the east and the west. You know, all countries have people living here. I think it's a very international city, has a beautiful energy, so I thought it was really the best place to have the first Streets of the World exposition. I think photography is a lot about who you are as a person, especially street photography, or you know, in my case, Streets of the World, because I was using 60mm for the whole project. You really have to get close to people, right? It's not like with your telephoto lens from behind a tree. That takes certain skills as a person, you know, like how do you manage that? People don't really like it if you stick a camera in their face, and I mean like with 60mm, I'm talking about like, you know, like a distance of maybe half a meter sometimes. So people would always know you were there, right? And you have to get to know them a little bit, you know, and ask questions. I mean, I wasn't like an asocial person before, but I got a lot better at connecting with people. So that they would allow me to be there and photograph their lives. I will be in that one place with these people for 3 to 4 days, you know, just being there, waiting. And in the beginning I wouldn't even take photos, I just sit there and talk to them. Yeah, certain ways to connect to people, you know, and in that way it became part of the street life just for a little while, and then I would start taking photos, and then all the kids would do like funny faces, and then finally, you know, people basically have to like continue their daily lives in the end. And that's when I would start taking photographs. And you still have to wait for that, like this one magical second where everything fits.